Hi Pisces, how's it going? I hope you're doing fantastic today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn. This is going to be a reading for the month of November. So, I'm using the Animal Spirit Guide, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. This is the Celtic Tarot deck, and this is the Celtic Magic deck. This is new. I just got this on Sunday. So, Spirit, can I please have one animal spirit card for Pisces? One animal spirit card for Pisces. Okay, so you have the zebra. And I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross. Let me just move these over here for a second. I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread. Spirit, what messages do you have for Pisces today, please? I'll pull all the cards and then I'll go through them individually. So you have the Page of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, the Strength reversed, 7 of Swords reversed, 6 of Swords reversed. When a card comes out reversed, it just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups reversed, 4 of Cups reversed, 10 of Swords reversed. And then let's pull a Celtic Magic card for Pisces, please, Spirit. So then you have here Silver Arrow. It's a really nice deck. Okay. And I'll just put these right here. So let's go through your, we'll do your tarot cards first, your Celtic cross spread. And if this reading gives you any guidance, insight, confirmation, if you could please let me know. I would love to hear from you. So your first card out is the Page of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Page of Pentacles is ambitious, diligent, goal-oriented, a planner. It can be a student, is a young person, grounded. This is either you or someone in your life. Ambitious is, it could represent financial opportunities, taking advantage of opportunities. This is someone who's responsible, hardworking, loyal, reliable, steady. Someone who's excelling in or seeking education or training. Spirit is saying decide what you want and go for it with this card. It represents good news. Pages are messengers, so you may be receiving a message about money, resources, a material matter, or it could have something to do with your health. But yeah, I'm receiving a message about money or material goods. This is someone who is intelligent, refined, sensitive to the arts, appreciative of the good life, ambitious, determined, goal-oriented. It could this card could also indicate your own worldly ambitions. Consistent. It's about jumping in with the card of skill development. And what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is represented by Virgo. This is a card of wealth, inheritance. Contentment is coming up again. Okay. I believe when the messages repeat, Spirit really wants us to get the message. So this is a card of contentment, solid foundations again, settling down, being conventional, being traditional. It's a card of satisfaction, long-term success, stability. For some of you, it's marrying into money. It could represent receiving a lump sum of money, affluence, privilege, marriage. It can represent, but there's a challenge here, Spirit is saying. You're emphasizing home and family at this point, now that you have a secure income to support them. Some of you may be planning on buying a car or a house. Family matters are at the forefront, and you have the leisure to concentrate on personal affairs. And yeah, this could be a time of financial security, like marrying into money or receiving an inheritance. Maybe there's a challenge with that. Okay, this card represents a strong, secure foundation, usually based on family ties, whether it's a home or a business. So you might receive a legacy or small winnings to invest in the future. You may acquire a home or a business of your own. Maybe you're investing in the community in some way. But however this plays out, it will be good, prosperous, and beneficial to you and your loved ones. And then your foundation card is the Eight of Pentacles. This card is represented again by Virgo. So this card is skill development is coming up again. This is a card of skill development, having high standards, working hard, being productive, accomplishing a lot, having the talent, expertise. It's a card of rewards, and ambition and diligence is coming up again. It could be a card of scholarships, skill and craftsmanship or business, financial security. It could represent a new job, being dedicated, doing repetitive tasks, acquiring new skills, paying attention to detail. It's a card of job satisfaction. Eight of Pentacles. So you're integrating old skills into a new form, or you're adding new skills. You've tried various means of making your living, and you're now finalizing how you want to use your personal resources to fulfill your needs and expand. Your sureness of purpose guarantees success. Your craftsmanship will be rewarded by increased income, opportunity, and respect. Okay, this is the card of the craftsmanship and conscientious work. It suggests developing and applying your skills in a productive manner. You know what you want and how to go about achieving it. So if you're sincere and persevere, your efforts will succeed. A business or project will prosper as a result of refining your craft. A new venture brings success because you're training yourself intensively with a clear goal in mind. This is known as the apprentice card. So you've taken up a new job, craft, art, or activity. It's not an easy road for being a beginner. Brings a hard learning curve and tedious repetition until you get it perfect. But because you have a goal and passion that comes with a new endeavor, it's likely the beginning bumpy part of the journey will not discourage you. And then your fourth card is the Strength card. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. It came out reversed, and you got the Strength card. So this is Leo energy. This is a card about self-doubt, weakness, insecurity, low confidence, inadequacy, vulnerability, low self-esteem. Lack of confidence. It's also a card of forcefulness, cowardness, but Spirit is saying you have a lot of inner strength. Okay, Pisces, don't doubt yourself. You may be struggling to maintain your sense of self as you figure out what to do in a difficult and potentially harmful situation. As a result, your inner instinctive nature is calling you to pay attention to your own needs instead of doing what others tell you. It's a time of hardship, but you will eventually overcome the difficulties and come out on top. Others may think you're behaving foolishly and not following the standards set by society, but your basic instincts of survival say this is a time for expressing your individuality. And then your immediate future card, what's likely to happen very soon, is the Seven of Swords reversed. This is Aquarius energy. So this card is about regret, confessing, coming clean, self-deception, imposter syndrome, ignoring warnings, being cowardice again. It could represent getting caught, being outsmarted, deception. Is telling you to rethink and approach. The truth will be revealed. Okay. Regret. This card talks about your conscience kicking in, turning over a new leaf. Some kind of deception is going on, but you have the upper hand, Spirit is saying, okay? Stay open-minded and flexible. You may be experimenting with different plans of action, getting various points of view when this card shows up, okay? This card is urging caution in all dealings. Secretive action or indirect communication may be occurring behind your back. You have the upper hand, though. And there, it's also this card also talks about if you're planning something, a tricky plan, Spirit is saying it's not going to work out. And whoever attempts it will be exposed. So that's something specific there. But yeah, it's a card of regret, self-deception, imposter syndrome, keeping secrets. And then the outcome that you desire most in your situation is the Six of Swords reversed. This is a card, the Aquarius energy. Again, talking about confessing, confession, feeling stuck, delayed, trapped. This card is telling you to look for ways to rebalance your life, feeling overwhelmed, changing plans, abandoning plans. It's telling you to stand your ground. Going through a personal transition, a declaration, resistance to change, emotional baggage, unresolved issues. There's going to be some kind of delay, or the harmony you're experiencing is internal rather than being expressed externally. You may have come to a new way of thinking about your life, or you may be affirming your old beliefs and attitudes, finding a path that's comfortable for you. This card could indicate letting someone else make your decisions or tell you what to do. Or it could mean that you're moving in the wrong direction. Returning to trouble, feeling trapped. It could represent a proposal of love. For some of you, it's slow healing. It could represent causing trouble, rocking the boat. Your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the Ace of Swords. And this card came out upright. Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is a card about making the correct decision. It's a card of reason, having a vision, mental clarity, having some kind of breakthrough, a new idea, clear thinking. It's a card of justice, new beginnings, new plans. It's a card of victory, going in a new direction. Yeah, it's a card of hope. A brand new lifestyle is beginning, and you achieved this opportunity through willpower and making smart decisions. Prosperity, recognition, new development, especially spiritual growth, are sure to follow in the wake of your new direction in life. This ace usually signals a birth of an idea or enterprise. You're now in a position to manifest your intentions in a new way, okay? This ace indicates a triumph over difficulties through the use of mental means or spiritual growth. It's about having a major breakthrough, okay? And if you want to communicate something with clarity and just the right words, the energy to accomplish that is present at this time. And again, a new point of view, a discovery, or an intellectual achievement. And then your environment, or how others see you in your situation. You have the Queen of Cups, and it came out reversed. This is male or female in a general reading. This is either you or someone in your life. It could be how others see you. Cancer energy here. The Queen of Cups is represented by Cancer in the zodiac. So this card is telling you to give yourself a lot of self-love and self-care, okay? The Queen of Cups is someone who gives too much. It is a martyr. It can represent insecurity, dependence, someone who's overly sensitive, needy, inconsistent, fragile, manipulative, emotionally immature, unfaithful, someone who's vengeful, blocked, their intuition is blocked, they're weak, there's a lack of trust. Maybe this is someone you're having to deal with, self-centered, disorganized. It could indicate a love relationship gone sour, or someone who's having trouble expressing emotion. It could represent a dishonest advisor, so be careful who you trust with your secrets and your emotional life. And if this is you, Pisces, it can mean that you're playing with possible dangerous psychic or emotional matters that you don't understand. Okay? This can be someone who is controlled by their emotions and can become obsessive or manipulative. This person may play the victim a little too readily. And then your hopes and fears, what you hope for and or fear the most in your situation is the Four of Cups reversed. This is, again, Cancer energy, represented by Cancer in the zodiac. So this is a card of clarity, again, is coming up. Having sudden awareness, having gratitude, self-awareness. It's telling you to let go of regret. It's about being re-energized, focusing on the positive, being motivated, choosing happiness, checking in for alignment. It's a card of ignorance, being proactive, having a zest for life, seizing opportunities. It could represent, again, Spirit is talking about opportunities again. It's also a card of withdrawal, depression. You may be experiencing displeasure, disappointment, or dissatisfaction with a relationship or the way a creative project is turning out. You want to withdraw to regain perspective and balance. Okay, this card can mean a deeper depression or engaging in unhealthy activities to relieve boredom. And then the outcome, if all is to remain as is the Ten of Swords reversed. This is Gemini energy. Again, you're healing. You're severing ties. This card represents an inevitable ending. You've learned the lessons. You're in recovery. It could represent playing the victim, a breakdown, resisting an inevitable ending. It's a card of backstabbing, betrayal, a martyr again, the inability to cope, being overly dramatic. Again, take only what resonates, okay? You're holding back. You're reluctant to take the necessary steps to move in a new cycle. You're delaying actions, or you're deceiving yourself about a situation. You may be making excuses for yourself or someone else to maintain the status quo, but you're only prolonging your agony. Spirit is saying you need to make a choice, even if it's the wrong one. Okay? And then your animal spirit message here. I'll just move that one over. So Pisces, you got oh, sorry, that's just my shell with all my sage in it. So at this time, you are representing zebra energy, eccentric, creative, a visionary. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They are young at heart, well cultured, and have an undying curiosity about life. Being in the company of a zebra personality not only is a delight, but also opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. This card may be a hint to pack your bags. When in balance, you are worldly, enthusiastic, and fashion forward. When out of balance, you may feel jaded, pouty, or vain. To bring yourself back into balance, Spirit is saying an epic adventure or art. And then you have the silver arrow, number 39, for your Celtic magic card. This is a card about aspiration, success, and achievement. The Celts were not just good with a claymore and a Sigan, I don't know what that says, a Sigian dube. They were excellent bowmen too. They had to be, as the bow was used for hunting deer and wild boar. It was much safer to fire an arrow at a boar from a distance than a sword's length away from its lethal tusks. Furthermore, the Celtic arrow became a symbol of the warrior. It represented courage in adversity, and the drive to keep pressing ahead, even if the odds were stacked against you. In the Celtic card deck, the silver arrow represents success and high achievement. Yes, there will be setbacks and obstacles along the way, but you should not let them stop you from achieving your dreams. There may be times when you feel like giving up, but rest assured that is just part of the process. Even the most successful individual has felt that way at some point. You're being tested to see how much you want your goals and the life it represents. So don't fail yourself now. Keep going. Aim as high as you can, and the accolades will come. The silver arrow suggests that you will succeed against the odds if you persist. So press ahead. That is your reading, Pisces. I hope you received some insight or guidance from those messages today. Thank you for letting me channel these. Sending you lots of love and strength. Have a great November, and I'll see you next time. Bye.